Hello, I'm Scott Edward Walker, and I'm the founder and CEO of Walker Corporate Law Group, which is a boutique corporate law firm specializing in the representation of entrepreneurs. You know, I've been doing deals for over 15 years now, including nearly 8 years at 2 big law firms in New York City. What I thought would be helpful for entrepreneurs is if I sort of peel back the big firm curtain and share with you how these firms work, the good, the bad, the ugly, so that you as an entrepreneur can make an informed decision as whether it's appropriate to retain a big firm with regard to a particular corporate project. I mean, some of this is a bit self-serving, but I think the assumption that bigger is better is not necessarily the case. So first, the good. Big firms are very good at handling very large transactions, the billion-dollar-plus acquisition, public offerings, and any other kind of complex bet-the-company type transaction where money is not an issue or you need a whole bunch of lawyers. I remember back in New York doing major transactions for Sony, billion-dollar-plus deals. We had diligence teams of 10-plus lawyers, transaction teams of 20, 25 lawyers. So big firms are very good in those types of deals. Big firms are also good, particularly up in Silicon Valley, introducing entrepreneurs to venture capitalists, angel investors, and others. The bad. The bad, of course, is the fees. I mean, legal fees are through the roof at these big firms. You got lawyers at certain large firms billing out at up to $1,000 an hour. In fact, I read recently about a lawyer at White & Case, one of my colleagues' old firm, billing out at $1,260 an hour. You even have first-year associates at big firms billing out at $275, $300 an hour. I mean, we're talking about kids fresh out of law school. Now, in large transactions, legal fees may not be that big an issue. You know, often they're just a line item on a list of transaction expenses that may pale in comparison to what the investment bankers are being paid. But for most entrepreneurs, legal fees on a small deal or in general corporate work is indeed a very important issue. Now, the ugly. Now, what's the ugly? The ugly is very ugly. The ugly is that with respect to small deals or a small client, the work gets pushed down, all the way down to the young associate. You know, I saw this firsthand. I was part of this in New York. Second and third year associate, I get called up by the senior partner. You know, you're nervous, you go up to the guy's office, he may be on the phone, and you know immediately whether you've been pulled into a large transaction or a small deal, because the small deal, he flings a term sheet at you, hands you a form and says, go get it done. You know, and call me if you have any questions, which means just get this done. So that's kind of it in a nutshell. I think the takeaway here is that the big firm template doesn't necessarily work for the entrepreneur. If you have any questions or any comments, you can send them to me through my blog at walkercorporatelaw.com/blog. Thank you.